On this special episode of Now Loading News, we take a look back at March that held one of the most important nights in the Moanalua community, Kinaole.
First up, we'll see what's happening.
Then we'll meet two of the three honorees of Kinaole, alumnus Dean Sakamoto.
I'm Moanalua science teacher and class advisor for 1980 and 1984, Leighton Hirai.
Then we'll take a quick break with student voices.
And then we'll meet former Moanalua High School Japanese teacher, student activities coordinator, counselor, and vice principal Julia Toyama.
That's what's next on Now Loading News.
From Moanalua High School,
In association with Metamac.
giving the latest updates, giving voices to stories untold.
We are Now Loading News. Aloha and welcome to Now Loading News. This month, the Moanalua High School PTSA hosted a moonlit night of celebration to honor professional achievement and service giving at the 15th Annual Kinaole Awards.
Up next, What's Happening, where we take a look back at the fun-filled night at Kinaole.
Audience, I see a lot of people who exemplify Kinaole.
Welcome to the Kinaole Awards Banquet 2019. Inside of the Honolulu Country Club, it is filled with donations for silent auction, performers, and hundreds of people coming to support the community. As Kinaole means to be doing the right thing at the right place at the right time. More than 100 community members are gathered tonight to honor and celebrate their community members because of their use of Kinaole in their everyday lives.
We celebrate their exemplary accomplishments and for inspiring all of us as outstanding role models.
Moanalua always strives for excellence, so Kinaole is really a beautiful way to celebrate.
It's giving back to the community, and it's something good that we all should do.
Just really bringing people from Salt Lake, from the Moanalua area together.
Everyone should do the right thing for the right reasons at the right time.
Dean Sakamoto is a 1979 graduate of Moanalua High School. Today, he is the founder and director of SHADE, a collaborative design practice and nonprofit professional training and community service institute.
Dean Sakamoto is the owner of Shade Institute, a collaborative practice amongst interns and professionals alike. He is a graduate of Moanalua High School and reflects on the past.
You know, we were the first freshman class at Moanalua High School, and we're the fourth graduating class. I do remember being a freshman in high school and remember how, in a way, intimidating it was.
Dean in high school was a typical fun-loving jock. He was always smart, though. He was always in the smart classes. He was like a party animal, good fun guy.
You know, I think when I think about teachers, boy, they must have been very compassionate people because they put up with us. You know, they could have just called us idiots and sent us out of the room, but for the most part, they let us stay in the classroom and continue to teach us.
Dean had a great high school and college life, going from University of Manoa to University of Oregon to study the art of architecture. He reflects on serving the community, and many people have noticed his outgoing
outstanding pillar in the community of architecture.
He's really done a lot in terms of getting himself in this position, teaching at Yale, creating his company, moving back to Hawaii, and coming up with Shade. I think he's always seems to be thinking and being one step ahead.
You're always looking for a mentor, and I think that's his strength, is his mentorship. So I understand he opens his a program for people all around the country.
He's been a very good mentor to me here at my time at Shade. He's mentored me through my growth in the profession, and I'm still young. You know, I have a lot more to learn from Dean.
what brings me a lot of comfort and helps me in that is my friends from back from those days, many of whom I've really haven't spent time with over the last 20, 30 years maybe even. Seeing my friends, it's like it was just yesterday, so it's like we just pick up where we left off. No matter how many years go by or what different paths we've taken, we have this one common bond and experience, which was our growing up together. Maybe for me personally, with this, by accepting the award, now I have to live up to it. So that's I think, for me, a revelation. What it means to me is it's a reason to reflect and to really, think about what I really learned and how this, all of what I've done, the path I've taken, the choices I've made, how it's related back to my time at Moanalua High School.
With all you have done for the communities in the mainland and down here in Hawaii nei, we want to sincerely appreciate and honor the opportunities and blessings you have given to the people. Thank you and mahalo, Mr. Dean Sakamoto.
Here's a fact of the day, which is a new segment in our show. Kinaole first started 15 years ago. This year, we celebrated the 15th Kinaole Awards banquet. Leighton Hirai started teaching at Moanalua High School in 1976. He not only helped build a strong foundation for the science department, but was also actively involved with the students, including, but not limited to being advisor for the 1980 and 1984 graduating classes.
Leighton Hirai, a former science teacher who worked for over 10 years at Moanalua High School, valued the time spent in the classroom.
I could see an interaction taking place with myself and with the students that were in the classroom with me. And I was glad about that.
He was always positive, and I think that upbeat attitude, it really helped because chemistry wasn't an easy class. So he kept us laughing because he was always laughing. So he was great.
He's told me stories of times he's taken the kids out to the streams to take water samples and getting the, just getting dirty and all that stuff. And I think that makes such a learning fun.
My dad inspired me to actually start teaching myself. He said that I should try teaching because he had been a teacher, and I knew he had great experiences working with students, and it just kind of prompted me to get into the education field.
Again, because of his positive attitude and his wanting to understand and create relationships with his students, yeah, he really did bond with us, and a lot of us felt like that was our second home.
I think the meeting of the students, meeting them and seeing them grow.
Mr. Hirai has always cherished the connections that were created with various people.
He loves connections. He focuses on the relationships, and to be able to connect not only with students, but with fellow educators and with parents, I think is truly a gift, and he has that gift to be able to make the connections.
To be able to reach that many students, you're like an entire class, I think he should be honored for that, because he was one who people wanted to be near him. They wanted to be a part of wherever he was. So his positive attitude went through so many other classes as well as mine. So yeah, he deserves it.
He's impacted many people's lives through teaching and through all of his administrative roles at the DOE. And that's something that I know is also really special to him. And so this is a great honor for him.
His humility for teaching is what makes him the true definition of Kinaole.
I'm more being blessed, I think, than deserve, because in some moments, yeah, I feel like, there are things that I have to move on to also. Yeah, it's not just one thing, it's other things too.
As a retired teacher of Moanalua High School, We have nothing but words of appreciation for what he has done for our school. We thank and honor Mr. Leighton Hirai for his contribution.
It's great to see and learn about the dedication that they continue to put in for the community. Before we learn more about honoree Julia Toyama, here's our student voices with reporter Zion David Reid.
Hey Minis, today we're going to go around campus asking you guys what it means to do the right thing at the right time at the right place. Let's go.
Doing something nice and being good about it.
To think about what you do before anything else.
Well, it's kind of like making a choice that's best suitable for the situation at hand, where it's like honest and like for good intentions.
How you reflect your character when no one's looking, when no one's watching. How are you acting when you don't have the eyes of authority on you? And
I think it means to put me on track and get a better mindset of what the right thing is.
Because if it has a right outcome, then you do it.
It was great hearing all of your answers on what it means to do the right thing at the right time at the right place. Now back to Kristen and Austin.
Julia Toyama spent most of her professional career at Moanalua High School. She started teaching in 1981 and held various roles until her retirement in 2013.
Julia Toyama served as vice principal, teacher, and school counselor at Moanalua High School for over 35 years. It was there that she learned the true meaning of helping others.
I think that the position of vice principal was the most rewarding, although it's the most challenging. I think the reason I enjoyed it so much is that I felt that I was able to make a difference. My parents always tried to instill in us that we should always try to help other people and to always try to make a difference for others who may be not as fortunate.
I always think of her as being like one of the educators who will always advocate for students. She will always, whatever decision she makes, no matter what her role is, whether as a counselor or a SAC or a vice principal, her decision is always based on what is best for the students. And I think she's worked really hard to do everything she can to make Moanalua High School the place where all kids can succeed, where all kids will feel good and will be happy to come to.
With helping others at the forefront, Julia was up for any challenge within the school.
I feel really close to this school because of her. I don't know if she holds the record for a number of positions at Moanalua, but she's definitely done a lot for the school. She can joke around with others, and I think that just makes people feel really comfortable and want to work with her. And not just the faculty and staff, but also the students and even the naughty students, the ones who really need the help. I mean, I've seen it firsthand.
Early on, she made it clear to us that we needed to get our act together. As teenagers, we rebelled, and she kicked us out of our room. Remember, we were in G102 first. We came back to the room and accepted our new sensei. Actually, I don't think we had any place to go. Toyama sensei also accepted us back, and we grew together.
It is because of her selfless dedication to others that makes her a true example of Kinaole.
I mean, it's really not that much of a surprise that she's won this award, and she really cares about them and always, has their best interests in mind. She's also very grounded and very humble, and I think that makes people trust her and want to work with her, and that all ties into her work ethic. She's such a hard worker. Whatever she does, she always gives her 110% in everything.
She touched our lives in different ways that made an impact in us, which is why we kept going back to Classroom G102 and back to Toyama Sensei. She continues to teach us by serving and helping Moanalua High School and the community.
For her services and commitment as an educator, we thank and honor Julia Toyama.
It's always great to meet and learn more about the Kinaole honorees every year.
Definitely. Well, this concludes this special episode of Now Loading News. To keep up with us on the go, be sure to follow our Instagram, Twitter, and check out our website at nowloadingnews.com. Also, if you'd like to contact us, you can find our information on our website. On behalf of the Now Loading News team, we hope you have a great month. I'm Austin.
And I'm Kristen. The loading is now
complete.